Hello everybody and welcome. This is Roland Hartmann from Graphic in Motion, and in this tutorial I will show you how you can customize my love card After Effects template. Before we get started with the customization, I just want to point out that this After Effects template includes two different files. So let's quickly take a look at the folder here. You see that we have one After Effects project file that is called Love Card No Plugins, and we have a second one that is called Love Card Optical Flares. The only difference between these two is that, as the name says, this one needs no plugins and this version needs the Video Copilot Optical Flares plugin. So let's take a look quickly at the project file, and I am in the render comp right now. I just want to show you what the difference is. I'm working, as you see, with the no plugins version, and you can see that we have down here 3 flare layers, and in the no plugins version these flare layers are just pre-rendered, so you do not need any plugins. And in the other version, in the optical flares version, this is made, the flares are made with Video Copilot's optical flares. So if you want to change the look of the flares, maybe you want something with more rays or whatever, then you need optical flares from Video Copilot. If you like it is, then you can use the no plugins version and you do not need any plugin to use this template. Okay, enough explanation, so let's get started with the customization. The first step is that we open up the footage placeholder composition. If you do not find it down here in the timeline already open, then you can also find it right up here in the project window. And you see that inside this layer we have a green semi-transparent heart and we have a text that says enter your footage. So this will be the composition where you can bring in your photo or even your video. So you move to File and choose Import, which is now unfortunately outside of the recording area, but you choose Import and then you choose File. The same is if you just double click on the empty area here, then this dialog box will open up. I will quickly move to my stock photos. And now let's just drag this image above our text layer here. So it's not so important if you drag it above or underneath, but if you drag it underneath, then you should disable the text layer, otherwise you will have this layer in your render. And now you see that we have to position our picture a little bit better, because right now if I move to my render comp and if I move my cursor to the end here, you see that it's not inside the heart, and this is why we have this transparent heart helper layer here. It's just a guide that helps you to position your photo, so you see that everything that is inside the heart will later on be exactly inside the heart here too. So I just want to scale down the photo a little bit more. I think it's a little bit too big, like so. And now we'll move it up a little bit, that these two are right in the heart, in the frame here. And I will move to my render comp, and I think this looks really cool. Okay, so the next step is to edit our main title, and the main title is actually visible in the beginning here in this first scene. You see that the camera is traveling really close to the heart, and then you can read your main title. You can type in whatever you want, just select the enter your title composition or layer, double click, choose your font, enter your title. Maybe it's a birthday card or a Valentine's card. Let's say it's a Valentine's card. So we write in Be My Valentine here. Perfect. And now we can, of course, position it a little bit better. Move it to the middle here. And we're done. Let's go to the render comp and check this. You see now it says Be My Valentine. And then we move on and our butterflies appear. So the next step is, if you take a look at the end of this animation, you see that this butterfly is coming in and it's landing on the border of our heart, and it also has some text on it. And you can edit this text right in the Edit Butterfly Title composition. So enter this composition. Again, just select this layer, double click and enter whatever you want, a short message, your name or whatever. I will leave it for now to save some time, and I will move on to the audio composition. Now it's time to enter some audio. You see that this is just an empty composition, nothing in here. So we can go to File, again Import, Import File, and I will quickly move to my audio. So now just drag in your audio, make sure that it starts on 0 seconds, and now you can move on to the render composition. And in the render composition now we can change the look of this template. So let's move to the first scene where I can see my heart, or maybe we just move to the second one because then I can see the butterflies too. So let's move to my scene number 2 here. And I will just go to my color setup layer, and you find the color setup layer on top of all the layers. It says edit colors on this layer. So now let's move to the effect controls panel here of the color setup layer. So first of all, let's say we want to create something else, another look. Maybe I do not want to have a red heart. I will create a similar look then in my preview, in the second preview video. So let's just select something like a purple. It's also quite a beautiful color. Now I can just select my heart outline color. And if you take a close look right here, then you see that on the edge here we have some kind of an outline. And maybe it's better, it's visible here. Yeah, here you see it. It's just a little bit of a stroke, an outline stroke. So let's change this color to a little bit of a darker version of our purple. So like something like that maybe. So that's a little bit darker, makes a little bit of contrast on the border here. Now let's say we want to change the title color a little bit. So let's take this color and maybe make it a little bit more yellow like that. And you see it changed. It was a subtle change, but it did change. And by the way, the same change on the color here affects the final title on our butterfly. And you see the final butterfly has exactly the same color as the heart. So if you change the heart color, the butterfly will change too. Now let's go to our filigree colors, and you see the filigrees are these flower shape graphics here. So you can change this color too, but I think that the yellow fits quite well. I just want to change the color of the card. Instead of this brownish color here, I will just take something blue. So I will move to my blue here, a light blue, something like the sky, very light like that. Fits quite nice. And now you have the card color too, and this is more or less just this background color. And we can change this, or it's not the background, it's, if you take a look here, it's the border of the color up here, or maybe we see it a little bit better in the second scene. You see that it's more or less the card border color. And I want to take over the color, the light blue color, and I will make it a little bit darker. Something like that. And now I have a nice background here. What I can do now is I can change the overall background color. So if I come in here and I take over the light blue, you will see immediately that my background, the whole background will change to a light blue. And now we have this really nice look that we created within a few minutes. So this is it. Now you can render out the render composition. And I really hope that you like this template and that you can create a nice greeting card for somebody you love. If you have any problems, feel free to contact me anytime. You can find my email address on my website, which is www.graphicinmotion.com. Thank you very much for watching, and I really hope to see you soon. Goodbye.